loves, and welcome back to Life with Shakisha. It is your girl, and today I'm doing something a little different. So if you want to see what today's video is all about, keep watching.
Bad little flex, she wanna know me. I stay low key.
All right, love. So before we get into today's video, you already know. Welcome back to all of my subscribers. You know it is mad love here. And if you are new to the channel, make sure you do me a big favor and go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. Click the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you'll always be notified anytime I upload a new video. All right, so you probably already know if you've read the title that this is a new series that I am starting on the channel. And I have started this series solely because as a woman, as a hairstylist, as a wife, and just as a woman, when we have issues with our hair, it's always so hard to decide what's the next step and what's best for you when you have to find an alternative hairstyle because of your hair or your scalp, or because of whatever medical conditions is keeping you from being able to wear your natural hair. And what is natural hair? It's whatever it is growing out of your scalp, out of your body. Anything that is not naturally growing out of you is fake hair, altered hair. If the hair is straightened or colored, then it's now considered chemically treated hair. So let's change the narrative and let's call a spade a spade. Let's call things what it really is. I love the whole natural hair movement, and I love how the movement has made women, especially Black women, embrace their natural curl patterns and their natural hair colors. But just like with anything, it's always, judgment or shaking your head, telling people, oh, you should go without a relaxer and be natural. But that client with hair that's growing out her scalp and it's relaxed, it's still natural. People that have their naturally curly hair, but it's bleach blonde, it's still natural, but it's chemically treated. So ultimately, when your natural hair that grows from your scalp starts to have issues, whether it be from, abusing your hair, not treating it right, not taking care of your scalp, or because you have some type of illness, immune disorder that is affecting it, the medications that you're taking is affecting it. Sometimes it just doesn't matter whether you have a relaxer or not, or whether you're natural or not natural. You have to figure out what's your next step. It's not as easy as with men. When men start having issues with their hair, once they realize it's time to let it go, they can just go bald. With us as women, it's so much pressure on how our hair looks. And yes, ultimately it does depend on, it falls back on us. We should never do our hair, our makeup, anything to please anybody but ourselves and God. But it's still natural for us, especially if we're in relationships or if we're in front of, the public, we still want our hair, we still want to look how we feel in the inside. A lot of that is representative of how we fix ourselves up on the outside. Now for me, I could just rock a ponytail all day long, let my grays show, and I'm cool. And I typically, when I'm home, I take this wig off and I don't wear it, but sometimes I'll keep it on, because I still want to be the woman that my husband was attracted to. Yes, he loves my heart, he loves my spirit, he loves my character, my personality, but he also fell in love with the image of who I was. But he also understands that me having to choose other hair options is outside of my control. I didn't make the decision to be like, I'm going to do the big chop. And so that's where it becomes a little different when people's like, well, it's just hair. But when you lose it, or when it's compromised and the integrity of it is just not like it used to be because of medications you're on, or because of a health diagnosis, it changes the narrative. It no longer gives you the choice to make the decision of how you want to wear your hair. So not only are you dealing with what I'm gonna do with my hair, especially if you're someone that loves to have your hair done, loves to wear your hair in braids or weaves, or just wear your natural hairstyle, whether it be relaxed, colored, naturally curled, straight, whatever. When you lose the choice to be able to wear your natural hair like that, and you loved it, you have to figure out, what can I do that's best for me? So I am going to speak on what's best for me. Everybody is different, but hopefully something that I say and what I share will, encourage you to make a decision that works best for you. For me, especially during this time of the year, the summer months, I love to do sew-ins and I love to do braids. But because my hair is finer and it's weaker, and my scalp is compromised because of the psoriasis that I have, um, that's just not an option. And because I do have to wash my hair at the most once a week, I need to be able to really get into my scalp and scratch. So having a sew-in or braid down just does not work for me. So I decided to explore wearing wigs. Traditionally, wigs are hot. Wigs are, fake looking, and or either, they don't match your scalp. It's got like a fake hairline. Like, you can tell when a woman got on the wig. And the one thing that we want when we don't really have a choice, well, I don't want us to have a choice, but when we feel like we have to wear wigs, we want it to look as natural as possible. Yes, even when I wasn't wearing my wigs, my hair was not this long. But when I wear my weaves, I wear my weaves this long. So it's like, if I'm gonna wear a wig, I'm gonna go big or go home. Okay. So I really needed to research, wigs that were breathable, because even though most of the time I take it off, but sometimes I want to leave it on and not take it off. So I need something that's going to be breathable, something that's lightweight, something that's easy to manipulate and style, and also something easy to install. Especially with me, I have to do it myself. And there's a lot of women that either don't have the courage right now because of their hair issues and scalp issues, or their health issues. They can't get to a salon, and they might not can get a stylist to come to them. So how can we achieve these beautiful hairstyles, and have them look as realistic as possible? And glueless wigs. Glueless wigs have been my saving grace. Y'all probably seen me wear a couple of wigs since I've been back vlogging and stuff. And from the first one that I got to the fourth one, I think I've mastered the application for myself. So in today's video, I'm just going to show you the hair when I first get it. I do like all my wigs to be jet black. So I'm going to show you how I color it. And I'm going to also show you how I style it, and also, how I got this look today. So I hope you stick through the whole video and watch and see the process from beginning to end. It is really easy. You can do it at home. If you can't, a professional can at least, color it and dye it for you and curl it for you, and then you can come and, take it home to install it. And I am going to create a link in my Amazon storefront, specifically some of the tools that you may need. I think it's very important, if you start to get your wigs, styling your wigs yourself, and getting a collection to have all the things where you can store them. I do have a couple of wig holders that I found that you can hang up in your closet that are amazing. You definitely need a mannequin head, whether it's styrofoam or plastic. I get styrofoam because I get color on them all the time. So, so I will have a link that will be easily accessible to you. So if you don't want to leave the house to, because sometimes you don't even want to leave the house because you just feel like, ugh. Trust me, I've been there. I'm just like, I don't even go nowhere because I don't even, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. But I'm here to share my journey with scalp and hair issues, and how wearing wigs have been my go-to, and I'm loving it, and I'm loving being able to have different looks, and hopefully, this will create something bigger than what I'm even conceiving it to be. Or you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times we as influencers do things, because we're sharing our testimony, sharing our story, but it ultimately is bigger than us. So I hope that this helps you, encourages you, motivates you to, make the decision to decide to pick something for you. So y'all know me. If y'all watch my vlogs, I can talk and talk and talk. So y'all go ahead and check out the video, and then I will be back to wrap up the video. Okay, y'all, so I wanted to show you the hair after I rinsed it and washed it. So it does still have somewhat a wave pattern to it, but it's not as wavy as that when I first got it out. So what I tried to do is just kind of scrunch it up this time, just to try to bring those waves back in. But this is the unit. It is blackety black, and it's hard to see the lace because this, as you can see, she got color all over the place, but as you can see, the lace is still protected. That by putting that conditioner on there, it definitely helped it from getting color on it. So yeah, so you can still see the lace is that nice neutral color, and as you can see, it melts pretty much on any skin tone, I guess you could say. right, love. So I hope you enjoyed my very first hair video. Um, this was near and dear to my heart. Um, a lot of times, like I said, we watch a lot of influencers just showing, the different wigs and units. And, sometimes you wonder the backstory, like, why are you wearing wigs? Is it just because you want to wear wigs or because it's something going on? And ultimately, I mean, it ain't none of our business. But for me, I am making my videos y'all business because, you know, a lot of times it's all about being able to be having somebody that you can relate to that's going through what you're going through, and knowing that that person is not wearing them just for vanity or just because they want to switch it up, but they're wearing it because of necessity. And trust me, if I didn't have to wear these out of necessity, I probably wouldn't have to make this video. But God always has a way of making what the enemy meant for evil and turn around for good. And so I hope that these videos had this first video and the videos to come will inspire you on your journey with your hair and scalp issues, and give you the courage to just try something new. We spend money on a lot of unnecessary necessaries, but when it's time to spend money on the necessaries or the things that we need to help us be our best selves, because let's not sugarcoat it. That whole motto, if you look good you feel good, that is true, because sometimes when you are feeling at your worst, you have to do something to spruce yourself up. I don't care how much peace you have, how much spiritual connection you have with God, but it's still something about, let me get up and get myself together, let me dust myself off. It helps. And I say that because sometimes people don't have that peace that surpasses their own understanding. Some people don't have that deep relationship with God. So sometimes you do have to start with the outward so you can start working on the inward. And once that inward gets so strong, you'll be able to deal with whatever happens to you on the outside, whether it be your hair, your skin, anything. Because, we are God's creation, and we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us, but we have to believe that we can do that. So I hope again you enjoyed today's video and the first video in this series. Hopefully I can do them at least once a month, because right now I'm funding my own wigs, not unless someone would like to send me some wigs to be able to share with you all, because I feel like the more access that I have, the more knowledge I can give you all, and the more knowledge that you have, you would know the different places and the different options that you can have. One thing that I do like about Asteria hair, they have mad coupons, and if you put something in the cart and if you don't check out within 24 hours, they send you another coupon. And then on top of that, if funding is an issue, they do have buy now, pay later. You can do I think Clarion, I definitely know they have Afterpay. And if you have, I think they do PayPal Afterpay. So, the wigs aren't $50, depending on, because they're all human hair, and they are stitched. And the caps, you can choose between large, medium, or small. You just have to make sure you put in the notes if you want something other than the standard. I think the standard is like the medium size. So if you need a large or a small, or regardless, I would just say just type in the size cap that you need, just to be on the safe side. And they are good with emailing you, letting you know that they got your order. And they also let you know, we have received your request for this size or whatever. I've even asked for extra elastic bands, and they are really, really accommodating. So hopefully, like I said, I can get you all a link for a discount. But if not, like I said, if you get a $200 wig, you don't got to pay the whole $200 because of, you know, they have those other options. Because, you know, not only do I want to be able to provide things that's going to help you, but I also want to provide things that are going to not, you know, put a hole in your pocket, because not everybody can afford to just spend, you know, $180 or $200 on a wig, multiple wigs. That's why I said, you know, I'm funding these, so right now it might be monthly. But again, if any wig companies are watching this and you want me to try your wigs out, send me an email. All my contact information is in my bio. Shameless plug. All right, so anyway, I am out. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you give me a big old thumbs up, and as well, make sure you click that subscribe button and that notification bell so you'll never miss any of my videos. And if you have any questions, drop them below in the comments box as well. I will leave the link to this exact wig in the comments box, well, in the description box, and I will also leave my dedicated Amazon list for all the tools that you would need to have to be able to store your wigs and to take care of the wigs and to also style the wigs. So until next time, loves, peace.